There's no treasure here, shipmates.
Oh yeah? Is that so? Well, what do you call this pirate from an Amiga 500 game that I doubt many people know of? It's treasure! And we got it all. Well, we got most of what's important. Apart from this prismarine crystal that I forgot about. Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Hardcore Minecraft Take 3. When last we left the Avatar has been exploring around the ocean, finding lots of ships that have become shipwrecked, and even uncovering a map that led him to buried treasure. Now we have to sort out what things we're going to be taking with us and what things we're going to be leaving behind. And we're definitely going to be bringing this diamond, the emeralds, and all of the iron with us. Also, this is a projectile protection +3 leather tunic, which is quite nice. Now we can make a little bit of space by turning all of these bits of coal into blocks of coal. And we can't make any space by getting the gold ingots and making them into blocks. So we have to find 3 spaces for these saddles. I'm half tempted to get rid of some... Well, we can get rid of that for a start. We don't need that. We also need to have room for the bed. We don't, however, need room for the boat, because the boat... Ooh, there's a drowned there. The drowned is not going to come and get us, however, because the drowned will not come onto land when it is day. We may also need room for the boat now, but I think about it. We'll leave you be, drowned. I don't want to pick a fight today. No, sir. So, what else can we drop? We can leave 3 bits of coal, and we'll actually leave the orange terracotta right there. And I think that will do. We have this buried treasure map, we have the enchantment book. We could leave the cooked mutton. That's what we'll leave. We'll leave the cooked mutton. Of all the things here, that is the thing that I can most afford to get rid of. Now, that is the treasure map that we haven't got anywhere near to. This is the treasure map that we have. So I'm going to put the bed in my inventory. Actually, I think I will wait until it becomes night, because it is pretty close to that. Which means we can actually spend a tiny bit of time exploring in this area. And while I'm thinking about it, let us cover up this treasure. There we go. We're going to need a little bit more sand, but fortunately there is plenty of sand about. I think the treasure is pretty exclusively buried in sandy areas. And if you do find the treasure, remember that treasure chests will not open if there is something blocking the top of them. At least that's what I think. It may have changed since the last time I tried to do that, but that's what my memory is telling me. Now, we do want to explore a little bit south so that we can fill in that corner of the map, and while I'm thinking about it, we can actually have maps like this, and we can dual-wield maps for maximum mapness. Yes, that's right, drowned. Look at the fact that I can fill in 2 maps simultaneously despite not having any free hands, and despair. You're actually probably going to be a problem, aren't you? Yes, you probably are. So, let's actually go down here and take you on, because you might stop me from resting. That is the 3rd strike, and the 4th will finish you off. We'll get the experience, we will get a single piece of rotten flesh, and we are most certainly going to put the bow here. It's getting dark. Let us rest in our precariously balanced bed. It's a good thing that beds don't obey gravity. It's a good thing many things don't obey gravity in this game. There we go, and we appeared here, because the silly quirks of resting in beds. Now, let us get back into the boat. We have 1 inventory slot spare, which is good. And the first thing we're going to do is we are actually going to look at this as well, and head down, so that we can fill in this part of the treasure map. Then we can put the treasure map on the wall and go, look! I found that treasure! And then the Avatar realized that he was talking to absolutely no one, because he is all alone. Is that what I think it is? Is that what I think it is? Is that a village off in... Yes! It is a village off in the distance! Right, change of plan, Avatar. We were going to go exploring about and find another sunken ship. There are plenty of them everywhere. But instead, we are going to sail over to here, or row over to here more accurately, and go to that village. Now, villages have changed a lot since the last hardcore Minecraft Let's Play. Now, villagers have certain professions dependent upon the profession objects that are nearby. If there's a barrel, a villager will become a fisherman. If there is a composter, a villager will become a farmer, and so on and so forth. And there are also typically at least one iron golem that spawns with a naturally generated village. Hello, sheep! You are a sheep of the village! I shall call this village Village Town. The Avatar has arrived! Gotta remember where I parked the boat. Right here. And since we've filled in that completely, we can now... Ooh, actually, I was about to say we could stack those, but you can't stack emeralds and diamonds. That's not how it works. The villagers appear not to be here right now. Maybe they're busy. The Avatar shall take this time to look about and see what's going on. Nothing here, and there is a iron golem walking about. And there is a brewing stand. This is a way that you can get a brewing stand without going to the Nether. Naturally generated villages tend to have a brewing stand, and they're used by clerics. Now, we have a librarian here. That means there are books for us to get. And the librarian has a Luck of the Sea 3 enchantment available for 17 emeralds. Unfortunately, we don't have 17 emeralds to offer. Otherwise, I would take up that offer, most certainly. Nothing interesting in here. Now, somewhere... there's probably going to be a... these villagers here do not have professions. They are currently unemployed. There's going to be... well, there is a smoker, which means that there is a butcher here. We haven't found the butcher yet. Now let's go up here and see what's in these. We also want to check out what is being grown in the fields. Ah! Treasure. Just some bread and some potatoes, but we won't say no to that. I wish I could find some diamonds, but it doesn't seem like we're going to be lucky in that regard. We'll keep looking around, though, just in case. Ah, are you? I think you are a nitwit. Nitwits are villagers that can never get jobs. They remain perpetually unemployed. No matter what you do, you can't do anything with them. And villages also generate stray cats, which you can befriend. And then they will follow you just like any other cat. And there is the butcher. What I want to do is I want to drop something, and I want to steal all the books here. Because every single bookshelf here is one less bookshelf I need to make back at home. And there is a small balcony here. This is quite a nicely designed house here. He doesn't live here, of course, he just works here. Now, what shall we get rid of to make some room? That is tricky. I am actually tempted to get rid of the gold ingots, because the gold ingots are not going to be as useful to me right now as the... ooh. They also have a bell. Bells are extremely important because if you ring the bell, the villagers will all rush into their houses. The villagers actually have a daily schedule. They typically get up and go and talk to people for a bit. Then they... I don't know why that's there. Then they decide to go and do their work for most of the day. In the evening, they then meet up and talk to each other and share gossip, which will allow discounts that you've earned from the villagers to spread about, and then they go and rest during the night. No longer do you have villagers roaming around in the middle of nowhere waiting to get killed. and gone are the zombie raids. They are not a thing anymore. Instead, you have the pillagers and the raids that they can create. Fortunately, the librarian here is not going to mind that I'm stealing all of his books, and that is 4 bookshelves worth of books. And I'm not going to say no to that. And I think we're pretty much done here. Apart from checking out what is being grown. That is what I want. We want to make some room for that. And how are we going to do that? We need to get rid of something because that is a carrot patch. And we want carrots. So we're going to go back to that chest over here, and we are definitely going to be leaving something behind. And at this point, we will be leaving behind things that I actually want to keep. But when it's a choice between carrots and some of the things I have in my inventory right now, I want the carrots. And I might actually leave a single saddle here. Just one. We have 2 more. We can always come back to Village Town at some point and get that thing back. Also, what are you selling? You are buying 26 potatoes for an emerald and buying 20 wheat for an emerald. Right now, his profession is not set in stone. If you decided to trade with the villager, you would then have set that villager's profession permanently to that. They can never then change. If I were to get rid of the composter, then you would, the villager would then become unemployed, and then you'd be able to set it as something different. Now let's take this carrot, and with that we are going to make ourselves scarce. And we're also going to, not with that one, we're going to make an inventory space here. Now I could take the saddle with me by using that inventory space I just made, but instead I'm going to leave that inventory space empty so that I can then go and get the I can put the boat in my inventory if I need to. Now, where did I put the boat, speaking of which? And this is when the avatar forgets where he parked his boat. This is actually very likely. I get the feeling I parked the boat somewhere over here. Or was it over there? It might actually be over there that I parked the boat. That's actually quite likely. Aha! I did park the boat over here. The avatar remembers, but for now we are going to wait until it is day before going back out on the high sea. Or the high ocean, as the case may be, because they are ocean biomes, not sea biomes. It's going to get dark eventually. We could actually go and check out the villagers meeting. They tend to meet by the bell. It is the center of the village. Otherwise, the center of the village is wherever the first bed is. There aren't too many villagers here, actually. Villagers will breed up to the number of beds that are now in a village. It used to be that villagers would breed dependent upon how many doors there were, which meant that you had silly things, like in the previous times I tried to make villages, like 4 to 5 doors per house. Now, you can build houses that are much more sensible. Have I actually explored this place fully? There might be a treasure chest up here. There are some mossy blocks, but no treasure chests. Okay. This place also has torches rather than lanterns. You will find places that use lanterns instead. This is not one of them. Now, our bed is here. Putting this bed here actually poses the risk of them trying to get even more villagers when I'm about to get rid of this. And then I think the villager in that instance would then just be perpetually unemployed and would walk around aimlessly because they don't have a bed to sleep in during the night. It is now day. The villagers will start their morning activities, but I am not hanging around for that. The avatar has places to be, after all. Mainly back over here. So, let's go back over here. Did I check out that one? I'm pretty sure I did check out that sunken ship. It was that sunken ship that allowed me to see the village of Village Town. And there is where I found that buried treasure. Pretty sure I had a look at this one. I'll be able to very quickly tell by checking out the cabin. Have I? Yep, I've chopped into that. So, let's keep going this way. And remember that Village Town is over there. Hello, Polar Bear. Don't mind me, I'm just sailing over in this direction. So we have found one village, one place where I could potentially get lots and lots of really cool things. What I could do is I could go to the village and keep destroying the lectern that the librarian uses to get their profession, and then keep placing it down. That will then change what the librarian is selling. And you can keep doing this over and over and over until you get the enchantment that you want. And I'm probably going to end up doing that with the first librarian in the village that I end up making. That village over there, Village Town, is a little too far away for me to take advantage of what it can do. And I now have a lily pad. I don't really want a lily pad. Let's put that there. And I see that there is yet another one of these, and this is one, yep, that I have already looked at. I'm now retracing my steps concerning sunken ships. There are really that many of them. And there's that one over there that I have already checked out as well. Now, can we use this small river that I see ahead of me to explore a tiny bit of this landmass? Or should I ignore that and instead go north? I actually think I will just head this way instead. And go past all this lava, and check out what else we can find. Probably even more icebergs, and another ship. The game is just throwing loot at me, it would seem. It's going, hey, would you like to check out another sunken ship? This one isn't even underwater. It's super easy for you to check out, Avatar. And so the Avatar will, in fact, check that out. We just need to get close enough. I wonder what happened to cause that ship to be abandoned. It's not actually just a ship either. It is a ship by a submerged settlement. And submerged settlements can have treasure chests in them. First things first, though, we should check out the ship. And there is a treasure chest right there. And there are lots of drowned by the settlement. That is not surprising. I was expecting that. So, we shall head over to you, and we shall have at thee. Have at thee! There we go. And then we shall go and take care of you, being mindful not to get fully submerged in the water. Once you get fully submerged in the water, then the drowned get really angry. Have at thee! We may have attracted the attention of all the drowned here, but going on the land is enough to get them to ignore us. But look at how angry they get when you get close to them and you're in the water. They immediately try and get you, and there are a lot of them. Let's see if we can deal with them. Fortunately, they are really slow when they are not fully submerged. Definitely take advantage of that. And that zombie is holding a piece of rotten flesh. They do like picking things up. You're gone. There are just a few more left to take care of. Like you. There we go. It caught up, and the drowned was gone. There's just you remaining. The lone, solitary, drowned. And you are gone. Bleh. Let's grab this rotten flesh here, and I'm actually going to check out the treasure chests in the water first. Starting with these two. I don't hear any more drowned. I don't see any more drowned, but let's not get fully submerged. There is a golden helmet here. Don't really want that. Don't really want any of that, really, so we will leave that be. Let's have a look at this. Another buried treasure map. And some rotten flesh. Let's check out the treasure map. Is that one that I have already... I believe that is one that I have already checked out. Yeah, that's one I've already checked out, so that is not useful to me at all. So let's put that back and go look for more things. That is the game there, looking at one or two treasure locations and just giving you tons and tons of maps for them. Like that there, exactly the same as the other place. We don't want the wheat, so let us leave that be, and instead go check out here, where there is yet another treasure chest. And there is a drowned within this building. Did the drowned get to me? Luck of the Sea 3. I'll take that, thank you very much. We are slowly getting closer to building an extremely awesome fishing rod. We have Lure 2 and Luck of the Sea 3. Luck of the Sea 3, really good find. Now, this building here has some loot in it. This building also has loot in it. An Unbreaking 1 fishing rod. Okay, slowly the pieces are coming together. We just need to drop something now to make room for that. And I'm going to get rid of that pickaxe there. We definitely want to hold on to the fishing rods. Now, this is going to be tricky to get into. Ooh, there's also a very nice design there. It's going to be so tricky to get into that I'm actually going to mine my way through. I do not trust that I will be able to get in safely otherwise, so we'll do that, and that gets us in. What's in here? Protection 3. Right, that is something we want. The question is, how are we going to make room for it? What do we get rid of for a Protection 3 thing? We also need to constantly keep pressing space so that we are not sinking. This is going to be a tricky one. There isn't much we can... You know what? We'll actually get rid of the prismarine crystals here. We can get more of them, and they're really not useful right now. So, there we go. I'm pretty sure I already looked into this one. Yes, I did. So we've checked out that one. There is one over here that we have not yet checked out. Just so much treasure here. The Avatar spent forever exploring about and doing his best to avoid the magma block there that would cause bother. And that is buried treasure, which is exactly the same map as the one we've seen a lot of times before, so we shall ignore that and be mindful of the fact that it is getting quite dark. Very dark, in fact. There was treasure here. We've already checked that out. There's treasure in this one as well, but we're going to have a tricky time getting to that one unless we do this. Luck of the Sea 1. Do we need Luck of the Sea 1, considering we have a Luck of the Sea 3? No, actually we don't. So, let us make our way quickly over to land and check out this boat. Maybe that's what happened to the people on the boat. They tried to make a life here, and then they got flooded in, and they all died. Ooh, there are 2 treasure chests here. Let's hope the loot is awesome. What have we got? Oh-ho! Look at all this! We've got carrots. We've got 2 magical pairs of leather pants. We have some more rotten flesh. We actually can't really carry any more of that. And in here we have some books. And some buried treasure. Which I think is a map we already have? Is it a map we already have? I don't actually know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a map we already have, so let us leave that be, and rest before it gets too dark once more. we probably want to take one of those pairs of leather pants with us. And thus, the downside of not having tons and tons of storage is becoming apparent. In my survival world, this is not a problem, but we are not in my survival world. And so, when we come back, folks, we're going to see if we can make some room for these magical leather pants. We probably can. And then, we will keep exploring. For there is even more for us to see. Even more wonders in the ocean, submerged, forgotten, waiting for the Avatar to discover them. And so, I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later.